Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Thursday, January 29th, and this is my morning market breakdown for the US dollar pairs, including gold and a few of the yen pairs. So, as usual, I always like to start off with the dollar index, and like I've been saying these last couple of days, if this right here is really the end of a pullback, which it looks like it is, that means we are likely in a wave 3 trend right now, which a wave 3 trend should be the strongest trend within the strongest wave within a trend that is. A wave 3 trend also should go a minimum to the 161.8. If I squeeze this down a little bit, I have a target from the weekly time frame here. The 161, 178 is right here. So there's a pretty good likelihood that this move out is not complete. I would expect this on the daily to probably end up looking something like this for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and wave 5 pattern. So I'm not really convinced that the dollar is finished with its move to the downside, at least not yet. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, we do definitely have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape right here. If price does break this high, then I definitely will admit that this wave from here to here is over. And if that wave is over, then it's probably not a wave 3, and maybe it would be turned bullish. But until it actually does break this high, we don't know that any of that could happen. I mean, this could keep on making lower lows, lower highs down towards that 168% Fibonacci extension and that weekly time frame target that I just showed you. So I am definitely still bearish the dollar, which tells me exactly what to do on all the dollar pairs themselves, except for gold, because gold kind of does whatever gold wants to do. So moving on to the euro dollar, all the way back up to the daily time frame, we definitely did seem to find some resistance at this Fibonacci level, but we do not have engulfing down. It never engulfed a previous candle. It never made a lower high. It definitely didn't break any structure. The trend is definitely still up on the daily and it is up on the weekly. Especially with that US dollar analysis, we still need to be bullish. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is the low right here that would convince me that my bullish analysis is incorrect. Now this move right here down does look more like a wave A, which is why I got my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. Because if this really does, go to a fib level and then break to the downside, it could possibly be a B and then go down again for a C and then later on continue back up. But I personally wouldn't be trying to sort it because a lot of the times in these situations you're like, oh, I'm going to go short for the C and then I'll go long for the continuation of the uptrend. What ends up happening is you go short, it goes down a little bit, it rejects structure, and then just keeps on going up. I personally would only be looking for longs in an uptrend on all the dollar pairs. I would only be looking for shorts on the dollar index via the dollar pairs themselves. Moving on to the pound dollar, I'm still long on the pound dollar from yesterday at the news. We are definitely finding some resistance right here, and obviously we just took out all these swings right here, which is probably going to be a little bit of a, there's probably a lot of liquidity sitting at those highs, so we could possibly get a bigger pullback, but we do not have engulfing down. We definitely do not have a break. We definitely do not have a lower high. All we really have is a little bit of resistance, which definitely doesn't tell us that it's not going to keep on going up. It very easily could. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, like I said, I'm still long from yesterday at the 50%. Now, just like the euro dollar, this could be an A, this could be a B. It could potentially go all the way back down to like the 50 to 61% for a wave C, and then later on continue back up. Definitely very possible. The problem with that analysis is that all the higher time frames are telling us that we should be looking for longs. So what could happen is it could go down, it could make a higher low, and just keep on going up, which is why I would definitely still be recommending longs, even though on this 1 hour time frame it kind of looks like it could do this. The problem is, like I said, the 1 hour time frame can be very deceiving. You could think that this is going to happen, you could go short, and then it just keeps on going up, and you miss out on the trend trade, and you have a losing trade trying to go short for the wave C. So moving on to the Aussie dollar, back up at the daily time frame. Aussie has been very strong. We are pulling back a little bit at a fib level, but that definitely doesn't give me any reason to believe that uptrend is over. If this is a wave 3, then this potentially has way more upside potential. It is likely not even close to being over. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we are definitely starting to move down, as you can see. But unless it goes down and takes out this low, I would definitely assume that anything I see to the downside is likely just a pullback within the uptrend. If it takes out this low, then fine. As a short time frame trader, you can start looking for shorts. But it has not taken out that low yet, and it very easily could bounce from any one of these Fibonacci retracement levels and continue the uptrend very easily, which is why I would definitely only be looking for longs on this also. Moving on to the US dollar CAD, by the way, all my analysis on all these pairs right here is based on only my US dollar analysis. It makes life way more simple. Moving on to the US dollar CAD, I mean, we're kind of pushing beyond the 78% Fibonacci extension. There's probably a very good likelihood it's going to go to the next Fib level. So basically anything I see to the upside, I'm definitely looking at it as a pullback within a downtrend. This one, the structure is right here. If it breaks that high, then fine. As a short time frame trader, we can start looking for logs. Otherwise, anything we do see to the upside, which I need to zoom out a little, anything we do see to the upside, I would definitely assume is nothing more than a pullback to the last wave. So anytime you see something to the upside, I would be looking at that as not as a chance to go long, but as an opportunity to go short for potentially the continuation of the downtrend. So really my analysis today is pretty much all the same for all the dollar pairs. A lot of them do look like they could drift up a little bit, but I would look at that as nothing more than an opportunity to go short again for the continuation of this downtrend. So anyways, moving on to the US dollar Swiss, going back up to the daily time frame, the US dollar Swiss definitely did find some resistance right here, but we definitely do not have engulfing up. We don't have a lower high. We don't have a break of structure on any of these higher time frames. Trend is definitely still down on the weekly, definitely still down on the daily. There's no evidence otherwise yet. Going all the way down to the 1 hour time frame, technically, since this is the most recent low, I would have to see price break this high in order to become bullish. Otherwise, anything I see to the upside, I would definitely be assuming it's nothing more than a pullback within a downtrend. Now, this move up does look pretty impulsive, like it's potentially an A. This could be a way B. It could definitely go up again for a C and then later on continue down. I personally wouldn't be trying to trade it to the long side because this is a great example of what would potentially happen is you would try to go long for the wave C, but because we're in such a strong downtrend, you go long, it goes up, grabs a little liquidity, and then just shoots right back down. I'm not saying that that's definitely what's going to happen, but I'm just saying that's why I personally wouldn't be trying to go long for the wave C because there's a good chance that it doesn't even really push up that much and it just makes another lower high and just keeps on pushing down. And moving on to gold, I mean, gold definitely is finding a little resistance this morning, which you would expect it to happen at some point. We hit $5,600 an ounce, which is very insane to me. It looks very much like a 1, 2, 3 starting at the end of this pullback right here. So even if it does go down, which it looks like it could, it might just be a wave forward, and maybe tomorrow go back up for a wave five. So we are definitely still very, very bullish on gold, even though it does look like it is preparing for a little bit of a pullback. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I would definitely call this a lower high. So I would say that this is A, B, C potentially. If it breaks this low, then we are due for a much bigger push down. But as of right now, this could easily just be a push to the downside, which would be a pullback to this last wave up right here. And with this lower high right here, there's probably a pretty good chance we're already in a wave C. So pay very, very, very close attention to all your fib levels. It could literally bounce off to 38 to 50, 61%. Any one of these levels, it could bounce off and it could very, very easily continue its uptrend. I know that everybody is thinking that gold is due for a pullback, and I would not disagree, but that kind of thinking is what causes a lot of retail traders to lose money because instead of thinking like that, you should be looking at every little push you see to the downside as nothing more than an opportunity to go long again for the continuation of this very strong trend. Why concern yourself where the trend is going to end? It would be much better to just continue to look for longs every single chance you get. And moving on to the US dollar yen. Obviously, the US dollar yen is a little bit different because it's more of a yen pair. Like I've been saying these last couple of days, I still think this does look potentially like a expanding flat, and I do still think this could end up turning back up. The problem is that the structure analysis is definitely telling us to be bearish. The weekly is now down because we got a break of this weekly time frame structure. The daily is down because we got a break of this structure. We don't have a higher low. We don't have a break of structure. We definitely do not have engulfing. So we are definitely still very bearish on this also. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, this potentially may have already ended a pullback. I mean, we definitely got 1, 2, 3 ways up to a fib level. This could easily be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pullback, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just keep on going down. If it does decide to go up and break this high right here, then that would turn me bullish. But until that happens, which we definitely don't even know if it will, I would continue to look for shorts. I mean, even if it does decide to pop up and take out this high, it's still a downtrend unless it breaks this high right here. It could, push up to the 78% and then go down. But like I've been saying, I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long. I would definitely be focused on my shorts. Moving on to the euro yen. This move up that we're currently seeing for the last couple of days on the euro yen is extremely, extremely corrective looking. These candles are very, very, very corrective looking, like it's going to very, very likely end up pushing down again. So I am for sure still bearish on this. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm paying very, very close attention to my Fibonacci retracement levels. There is still a gap right here, so it seems like maybe it could go up to the 50%, but I personally don't trade on based on gaps because gaps definitely can stay open for months. A lot of times they do fill within a few trading days, but they also sometimes will stay open for months. So if you get a break to the downside at any of these fib levels, I would 100% stop looking for longs and I would definitely start looking for shorts. Those higher time frames really, really look like it's going to end up continuing back down for sure. So moving on to the pound yen, pretty much the same story. The move up that we're currently seeing so far is looking very corrective, and it just grabbed this high right here. I was thinking that this also might end up making another push up, but this price action right here is really corrective looking like it's going to end up going down again. It technically did break structure, so it is technically down on the daily now based on structure, and it's technically down on the daily based on market flow because it has not engulfed up yet. So based on those two factors, we are definitely still down. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, I'm paying very, very close attention to these fib levels. I mean, this is starting to really, really look like an ABC right here. I went long yesterday, I'm out now, but I'm really more interested in trying to go short. You know, if we break to the downside at one of these fib levels, there's a pretty good chance it's going to go down on the daily, like I just showed on those higher time frames. So I am definitely, definitely still very, very bearish. I think the markets are going to be very, very trendy this year. And if the markets are very, very trendy, then we need to stop worrying about when these higher time frame trends are over, but we need to continue to just trade with those higher time frame trends every single chance we get. You don't want to be a top and bottom feeder. Top and bottom feeders end up losing a lot of money. We just want to continue to look for continuation patterns on these sort of time frames based on what we see on the higher time frames. So the pound yen, euro yen, definitely looking for shorts. Same thing on the dollar yen. Gold definitely still longs. Dollar Swiss definitely shorts. Dollar CAD definitely shorts. Aussie dollar, pound dollar, euro dollar definitely still looking for longs. The trend is for sure your friend. So anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.